There are lots of stars who have found religion and developed strong ties to it. Some have walked away from entertainment altogether afterward, while others incorporate their new belief system into their work. We put together a list of celebrities who found religion and were never the same afterward. Justin Bieber released his debut album, My World 2.0, in 2010. Soon after, he turned into a global pop star, then eventually seemed to resent just how famous he became. Bieber's frustration was seen when he famously wanted to fight a photographer in 2013 while in London. Then in 2014, he embraced Christianity and got baptized by former Hillsong NYC pastor Carl Lentz in New York. In 2015, Bieber said on the Zach Sang Show, "I was looking at myself in the mirror. I was so lost."
I was just in a weird place, dude, and I felt it in my soul.
But eventually, Bieber said that everything turned around for him. He explained, "When I really sit in my room and I'm alone, and I can just God, are you there? I feel this connection with something that's a higher being. It just puts an ease to my soul that's I can't describe." During a 2019 interview with SGI USA, actor Orlando Bloom said that he discovered Buddhism as a young person in school through a friend. Bloom converted to the religion in 2004. In the interview, Bloom described his relationship with Buddhism, saying, "Throughout these years of really unusual circumstances, being a young actor who was really notable and was really thrust into the public eye without the tools to know how to cope often, and how grateful I was for the practice to have been an anchor for me throughout those years and through that period." In an October 2020 appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Bloom said that his Buddhism comes in handy as a way to connect with his daughter, Daisy Dove Bloom. When the host asked if he chants to the baby, "I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo," which is this Buddhist mantra I've had since I was 16.
It's about being yourself and the best version, the most authentic version of yourself.
Kirk Cameron was once a teen heartthrob who practically lived on magazine covers. But everything would change for him after going from being an atheist to a devout Christian. Cameron told CBN in 2008, "I was about 17 years old, and I followed a girl into church. Not because I wanted to learn about God, but because I wanted to be with this girl that I heard the gospel for the first time." After that church visit, the actor said he thought about what would happen to him if he suddenly passed away. He recalled, "I decided that I needed to be saved." The conversion not only changed Cameron's outlook, it also changed his reputation in Hollywood and his relationship with his former Growing Pains castmates. In 2000, Tracy Gold, who played Cameron's sister Carol Seaver on the show, told the Los Angeles Times, "At the end, Kirk had drifted away from the show. When he got married during a summer hiatus up in New York, none of us were invited. He had pretty much made it clear he needed his separation from us." In recent years, Cameron has released videos called Living Room Reset, where he talks about his faith. In 1997, New York rapper Mase had a smash record on Sean Diddy Combs' record label called Harlem World. A bunch of adoring fans, and was rumored to be dating singer Brandy when her career was red hot. 2 years later, out of the clear blue, Mase announced his retirement from music. He then became a preacher at El Elyon International Church in Atlanta. He said on New York radio station Hot 97 in 1999, "I gotta do what makes me happy. A lot of people gonna say I'm crazy. I'm leaving money behind and a lot of things. But it's just, how I feel in my heart. Once God puts something in your heart, God talks to everyone different." Mase returned to his rap career after releasing his 2004 album, Welcome Back. But in 2014, some of Mase's congregation spoke to TMZ and blasted him, saying he wasn't sincere about being a Christian. The New York-born artist reportedly left El Elyon International Church that same year to focus on rap full-time, according to TMZ. But he hasn't released an album since then. In a 2012 video for the Forerunner Church's YouTube channel, actor Angus T. Jones said that he found Christianity and was a Seventh-day Adventist. He also explained how the conversion affected his view of 2.5 Men, the sitcom he'd been on since 2003. He said, "If you watch 2.5 Men, please stop watching 2.5 Men. I'm on 2.5 Men and I don't want to be on it. Please stop watching it. Please stop filling your head with filth. After leaving the show when its 10th season concluded, Jones became a student at the University of Colorado at Boulder, majoring in Jewish studies. He returned to 2.5 Men for the series finale in 2015. 1 year later, he told People that he stepped away from faith-based organizations because he felt they put a, quote, stamp of approval on how good or bad he is. Jones also spoke about returning to acting during that interview, saying, "The door is definitely still open for me to do that, but I'm taking things slowly." As of 2019, Jones seemed just fine with being away from film sets. He wrote on Instagram in May of that year, "There is only one success, the ability to lead the life that one wants." In 2010, Julia Roberts played author Elizabeth Gilbert in the film adaptation of the celebrated memoir, Eat, Pray, Love. The story surrounds Gilbert going on a year-long trip of self-discovery to Italy, India, then Indonesia. The Times of India reported in 2010 that Roberts converted to Hinduism while shooting in India, proving that art and life often mirror each other, as many say. After her conversion, the actress reportedly began attending a Los Angeles Hindu temple, as did her husband Daniel Moder and their children Hazel, Phineas, and Henry. And all of them also chant, pray, and celebrate on a regular basis. In a 2010 interview with The Hindu, Roberts said, "My opting for Hinduism is not a religious gimmick. I have no intention of demeaning any other religion simply because of my fondness for Hinduism. I don't believe in comparing religions or human beings. I have received real spiritual satisfaction through Hinduism." At a 2011 Eat, Pray, Love press conference, Roberts wanted to make it clear that the film didn't influence her religious conversion. She shared, "I didn't suddenly make this movie and start practicing Hinduism. It's just something that's been part of my life for a very long time." Before Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was known as the legendary NBA star, he converted to Islam in 1971 and received plenty of blowback. The retired center made the announcement about his conversion one day after he and the Milwaukee Bucks won their first NBA championship. In his 2017 memoir, Becoming Kareem, Growing Up On and Off the Court, he wrote, "Because of my fame as a professional basketball player, and because so few Americans knew anything about Islam back in the 70s, there was a lot of angry backlash. People did not want me messing with their idea of who I was or what I represented to them. To many, by changing my religion and name, I was no longer the typical American kid playing a typical American sport, embodying typical American values." Jabbar also addressed his conversion in a 2015 article that he penned for Al Jazeera America, writing, "For most people, converting from one religion to another is a private matter, requiring intense scrutiny of one's conscience. But when you're famous, it becomes a public spectacle for one and all to debate." The beloved rocker George Harrison discovered Hinduism in his 20s. He then began visiting India regularly and embraced Hare Krishna traditions. In a 1982 interview with the Prabhupada Hare Krishna News Network, Harrison said, "I always felt at home with Krishna. You see, it was already a part of me. I think it's something that's been with me from my previous birth. I'd rather be one of the devotees of God than one of the straight, so-called sane or normal people who just don't understand that man is a spiritual being, that he has a soul." Harrison's beliefs were also a big piece of his solo career after the Beatles went their separate ways. His 1970s album, All Things Must Pass, featured the hit single, My Sweet Lord. In it, Harrison sings, "I really want to know you, really want to go with you. I really want to show you, Lord, that it won't take long." In 2002, No Malice and Pusha T released their debut album, Lord Willin'. The album took off, and they released two more well-received albums, 2006's Hell Hath No Fury and 2009's Till the Casket Drops. But there wouldn't be any more albums from the group after Malice found Christianity. He told The Village Voice in 2011, "My perspective on things that I once deemed important and trivial has changed. A lot of what I tried to attain was like chasing the wind. I was chasing all these material things, money, women, just looking for fulfillment. Ultimately, though, my fulfillment came from my faith." No Malice changed his name in 2012, which he announced on social media, tweeting, "R.I.P. Malice, August 20th, 2002 through March 6, 2012. He also talked about the name change on Vlad TV in 2017, sharing,
"I absolutely know that there is nothing malicious about me. I'm actually called to love and to love everyone."
When Bob Marley was a young man in the Wailers, he wore suits and kept a conservative-looking haircut. Then Marley found Rastafarianism, a religion that started in Jamaica in the 1930s. During a 1980 interview with reporter Gil Noble, Marley said that he found Rastafarianism at around 18 years old and grew into it once meeting other followers in Kingston, Jamaica. The late singer's music and career would then mirror his newfound beliefs, especially with his signature dreadlocks, worn by many Rastafarians. There were also less songs about partying and more about being a Rasta, like Rasta Man Live Up and Forever Loving Jah. After infusing his beliefs into his music, Marley's career took off even further, and he became the biggest reggae artist in the world, a title that many say he still holds today. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.